Today is the morning of the third day since putting the old cucumbers in that brine for, to make our Polish pickles. And maybe later this afternoon I'm going to pop the top and take one out and give it a taste. I don't know if I put enough dill in there. The color just doesn't seem dark enough, even though the old dill, there's plenty in there, but it may not be enough. But like I said, we're just experimenting on this first go around. Anyway, in about 30 minutes I have to leave. The daughter and I are going to be going somewhere a few miles from the house. We're going to spend the day together, and you'll see the results of that later on in the video. Today is the last day of April 30th, and we're up in Searcy, Arkansas. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, and we are once again, for those of you who have followed my videos over the years, we're once again back at Pioneer Village. They're having their spring open house. So we got to walk across this field, and we're going to go over there by that orange thing and walk on in there. And I have my daughter with me. She's the chauffeur. The daughter today is the chauffeur. She's driving me around.
You're paying for everything.
Yeah, see, I got to pay for everything. I got to pay for lunch. How do I always get stuck paying for lunch every time we go somewhere?
It's always because you want to go somewhere.
Oh. All right, we're coming up to the entrance here. All the old buildings. Once again, it is a historical, preserved little kind of town by the White County, Arkansas Historical Society. And Searcy is about 40 miles from where we live. So I expect to make a nice day of it here. Let's talk to this gentleman over here. Hello there. What's this donation? Are you donating money to me?
Yeah. Don't touch that door.
Is that an outgoing or ingoing? Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign. I guess you want us to sign in, right?
We don't open till 1 o'clock.
Oh, 1 o'clock. I thought it was 10 o'clock.
No, so that was yesterday.
Oh, wow. What a bummer. I didn't know that. Well, that sucks. All right, it's 1 o'clock, and we just got back from a nice lunch that I bought the daughter in a big old flea market called Thackerland. Sign my name in there too, Shannon, did you? All right, good girl. All right, she's my donation. She dumps the money in, Of course, the catch is I got to supply the money.
The Trapper's Cabin is probably new since you were here.
It is. I don't remember that. We'll go in there and take a look at it. The Trapper's Cabin is new. Well, that wasn't here last time. Let's do a little zoom in here. And of course, being a trapper's cabin, they got all kinds of skins and traps and things. Stretched out skins. Neato! It's the way it was back in the old days. The way it was. Let's see what we got over here. There's some old guns. That ought to get old a junk collector all excited. He likes that kind of stuff. Here's a few more. Who's the trapper in here?
I have a storefront.
That'd be me.
You the trapper? You're not the trapper? You the skinner?
Not hardly. I'm the spinner.
Spinner. I
Hard
see.
It is for me to look for the skin anymore. I'd have to get somebody to
What is this for? Is this like just to bonk somebody on the head with for no particular reason?
Tom Dunn made that. He's a woodworker. He made this bed. He made this table.
Wow.
He made these.
Where'd you all get the wood from for this cabin?
Stuff. This came from a house in Searcy they were tearing down.
No kidding.
They donated it.
Wow, that's great.
They built this cabin out.
So that's original wood there, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that goes back. I wonder how old it is. Interestingly enough, this cabin, they removed stucco from an existing building. And when they did, they found an original cabin underneath the stucco. Didn't even know it was there. And that's when they decided to transport it over here and set it up as a trapper's cabin. So this wood dates to about 1850s. Let's really look at the way this thing was hacked. You can You can see those are axe marks right there. Where they axed it years ago when they chopped it out. This is the kind of stuff I like. I like seeing stuff like that. I wonder who, makes you wonder who the guy was that did that. And again, we have the Little Red Store and Post Office. Let's go in and see what that's got to offer. The store and the post office. Whoa.
I just can't believe how the craftsmanship was right then compared to now.
Any more of that meal left? 25 pounds for $1.50?
No, I think
Fresh out, huh?
Yeah, we hadn't had a delivery in a week.
Oh,
The water's been too high. The bridge couldn't get across.
This is where the old post office was.
Yeah.
There's some of the old boxes. You know, I remember as a kid we had a post office box like this up at the post office in our town, and you dial one to the letter and dial the other one to the number. Let's see if these are numbers and letters. Hard to tell. These are letters. No, these are both letters. You dial it to the letter. You got to get them both right, and then it would just open up. This thing would go down, and it would open up the box. Prince Albert tobacco in the can. Ring, ring, hello. Yes, do you have Prince Albert in the can? Yes, we do. Let him out before he suffocates. My goodness, some stuff I haven't seen here in years. This is what one of the original 3-in-1 oil cans looked like when I was a kid. That's what it looked like when I grew up.
Caps, but it sticks to the teeth. I got full ones.
And this here, this is cool. You know what that is? That's how they used to give haircuts years ago. See the blades? We'll go over here, see it. When you squeeze it together, the blades would go back and forth. Like so. And they would give you a haircut up the back, and then up the back. Yes, sir. Those were the days, folks. Of course, along with Prince Albert, you had to have the Prince Albert papers to make your cigarettes. You rolled your own. Rolled your own. And if you were a pipe smoker, you'd of course want Prince Albert in the large can. Yep, I remember everywhere Prince Albert when I grew up. When I was a kid, you'd go into the post office to get your mail, and there'd always be these wanted posters all over by the FBI. They'd have them stuck on the wall. You know, they got the guy's fingerprints and everything here, you know. I mean, what's with the fingerprints? You know, what are you supposed to say? Gee, I've seen that print somewhere before.
Hey, how are you?
I don't understand this Yarnells and this. I don't remember any of this from back in the 1800s. Did they have any of that stuff back then?
No, but
No, but?
Yarnells gives us the loan of the refrigeration unit.
Well, tell them you want an 1800s unit next time with ice. No, wimp. And there is the local jail. You know, when I worked at the Faulkner County Jail one time, they brought this guy in. He must have been 65, 70 years old, white-haired, white beard, and they brought him in. And I said, where'd you come from? And he looked at me and says, the calaboose. I said, what do you mean the calaboose? He said, you know, prison. They brought me up from prison. I got out and I got more, you know, charges to settle up here. Now here's something I had never heard of before. It's called a salt kettle. Look at the size of this thing. There's my foot. In some parts of Arkansas, there's ground seepage that actually has, it's actually salt water. And what they would do is it took 8 men to keep a fire burning under this thing, and they would put the salt water in there, boil it down until there was nothing but salt. And according to the description here, it was destroyed by the Union Army in 1864, and it used to produce, prior to that time, 2 bushels of salt. And they used prisoners to do it in many cases. How about that? It's been shot at over there. They think it was destroyed by cannon fire, maybe. That is really neat. My God, that thing is thick metal. I wonder how the heck they ever made those things. We have the White County Beekeepers Association here. Are you head of this gang?
No.
No. You're not the ringleader, huh? No. Okay.
About here and a half.
Well, they have a beehive here that you can take markers out of the box and write on it. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna write on here. Oh, they'll probably erase it all. I'm gonna write on here. Well, it says orange pen. There we go. Well, that's pink. It's not orange. I want an orange one. All right. To all. I can't even see in this camera whether I've even been here. To all my YouTube subscribers. There you go. So here we got a woodworking shop. Are you the woodworking man?
Yeah, I'm the woodworker.
What is your name, sir?
Tom Dunn.
Tom
Dunn.
Dunn. You just learning this stuff?
Yeah, I just pick a little up here and there.
How long you been doing it?
Probably 30 years.
So you 30 years. So you're just kind of a newbie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Well, that's cool. I'm not certain what old Bob Wire here has to do with carving wood, but that's an interesting display of all the different kinds of bob wires they had years ago.
Yeah,
Man
Pioneer
alive.
Village owns the bob wire, and they had it displayed on a couple old boards that were rotten.
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
They just asked me to put it on a better board.
Well, yeah, that's good. I'm glad
Then
you
they didn't
did.
have a place to put it, so I had to
So you put it in the wood shop, wood carving shop. Now here's something Mr. Dunn showed me. He's called segmented wood turning. You glue it all together so you have little segments on the top and everything, and then you put it on the lathe, right?
Yes.
And then when you get done, this is what you got. You lathe it out. Of course, it would be done like this all the way around. That's pretty neat there.
Thank you.
I like that. That's a good. You invented that, right?
No.
No. Well, that's pretty
Then you
slick.
can use different colored woods to make
Yeah,
patterns.
here's something else. Yeah,
Yeah.
wow. Check that out. And then, of course, you stick this on the lathe, too, right?
Yeah, incorporating that in your
That's
bowl, and
really
that'd be
neat. That's educational. I have never seen that before. And my YouTube subscribers who are going to watch this, a lot of them have never seen it before either. And, of course, a lot of them are very young. A lot of them have never seen very much at all. But they will as they get older. Now, here's one that deals with cotton. There's a bale of cotton for you. Did you pick all this yourself? No. You didn't? I thought anybody with bib overalls was a cotton farmer. No?
I picked some.
You picked some, huh? You know, it made me wonder years ago what they used. They got this banded together with metal. I wonder what did they tie it together with years ago? Just a bale and twine, maybe, or something?
No, they used most.
I'm talking about back in the early
I don't know what they used.
1900s. I used to work in a cotton mill.
And they used burlap, and then it went to burlap.
Yeah.
And now it's all plastic.
Yep. Well, when I worked in a cotton plant one time when I was in high school, that's how I got my first car. I worked all summer. They would come in from Japan, compressed, and you'd break these things, and boy, they would just go off like a shotgun, just bam, because they shipped by cubic feet, not by weight on those ships, And then we had to reprocess it, and that's the first time I've seen an actual bale in quite a while. It's been a long time since I've had it.
1970.
It was baled up in 70 or so, 1970?
1969.
Oh, cool. Here's what a cotton plant looks like, folks. This is a cotton bowl. The bowl would... Yeah, it would. The bowl busted open, and out would come the cotton, and then they'd come along and they'd pick that. Of course, when you pick it up here, you're picking the high cotton, ain't that right?
Yep.
That's right. All the cotton at the top, you're picking the high cotton. That's what they mean by that. Of course, bending way down to get the cotton way down at the bottom, that was the back-breaking work.
I'd be a top picker.
Yeah, I'd be a top picker too. Actually, I wouldn't be a picker at all. Now, I just met a man. What's your first name, sir?
My first name's David.
David. David just asked me a bunch of questions. What is going on? Oh my goodness, we got us a squeeze box over there.
Yes, we do.
Hello there. Come on, give us a squeeze there. Give us a big old squeeze. Okay, David just told me, he asked me different questions about the hog. He said, do you know where the Boston butt is on this pig? And I said, it's in Boston. He said, no. He said, Let's see if I learned anything, you know. Let's
All
see
right,
how much
let's
I
see
learned.
what you learned.
He said the Boston butt is right here because they used to put it in a container called a butt. Am I right?
It's a small
See,
keg, not a full barrel, but a butt.
I'm a quick study, see?
Yep.
Now over here on the back is where you get the ham and the ham hock. What does tassel mean?
It is a pickled smoked meat that they use in
And it comes from this section on the pig, on the hind
they
quarter,
would be part of the
as
ham.
opposed. It's not here. So this section right here, right?
Well,
or is it the whole
somewhere,
thing?
Anywhere in there, yeah.
Oh,
When
okay.
you're trimming up meat, you get odd pieces, and those you would salt and pickle or turn
Okay.
into sauce.
Now down here's your pork belly. This is where you get your bacon and lard. The middle cut, cracklings. I love cracklings. God,
Absolutely.
Pettigene cracklings are the best in the world.
Absolutely.
Crackling cornbread. They just,
Oh,
God,
they
I
go
could
together.
eat it all day. There's your sausage, your short ribs, and your ribs on this part of the pig. And up here in the back is your loin cut or some pork chops and Canadian bacon. Now up here, of course, is the head, where your head cheese is. And what's with the chew toy? That's for the doggies?
For the doggies. Yeah. Now, I was heard that there was a man here in Searcy in 1904 would take the ears because they didn't have a market for them. He'd cook them real slow, make them soft, cut them in fine pieces, and sell them as sandwiches for 10 cents a piece. Call them pork sandwiches, but it was nothing more than
Nothing but the ears, the chew
Yeah.
toy.
Yep.
And these are the knives and things they do it with, huh?
Absolutely.
And here's the poor old sacrificial pig, right?
That's it.
Poor
He's happy.
fella.
He's got him an orchard to clean up.
Yeah.
They were the farm.
Okay, my next obvious question is, how come you know all about this stuff? Are you a hog farmer?
I do raise pigs for me and my family. I'll raise 2 or 3 at a time and slaughter them myself.
And you slaughter them yourself and cut them up, and you use the meat for personal family consumption?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, that's how long you been doing that?
I've been helping my grandfather do it all my life. I've been doing it on for about 10 years.
10 years, my goodness. I was going to ask you how long, I guess Grandpa taught you how to do it, didn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, he did.
Absolutely.
Well, it's good meeting you here.
Nice
Thank you, sir.
you. Have a good
Appreciate
day.
that. You too.
Oh no.
I better get a big smile because you know where you're going to be.
No.
Take one guess. YouTube. I don't do Facebook. YouTube is for the good people, okay?
Because I don't like Facebook.
I don't even, I think I have an account. I'm not sure. I never accessed it. Okay. This lady, what is your first name, hon?
Sandy.
Sandy. Did you make these pickles?
No, sir, I did not.
Do you know anything about making pickles? Now, wait a minute. You're an Archie. You should know everything there is to
My
know.
mom make them, but I don't know how.
You watched your mom make pickles, but you don't know how to make. Do you realize the reason I'm asking these questions is because right now, as we speak, sitting on on a table in my house, is a jar that I'm pickling pickles in to make Polish pickles.
Are you really?
I'm serious. And part of this video I'm making is going to be it'll be the first time I ever made them. I'm going to pop the lid. They've been soaking for 3 days. That's all it needs for those kinds of pickles. And I'm going to taste them when I get home and let everybody know how they taste.
You have to put ice and salt and all that.
Yeah,
on top
just
of
it turned the way it was described to me was a tablespoon and a half of salt to a liter of water. Then you put your garlic and your dill and whatever else you want. I put some pepper and that's it. And some small, pickling pickles. My goodness. Well, it was very nice to meet you, Sandy. Now you're going to have to get into this pickle making stuff now.
I don't know.
Now Sandy said that she helped her grandparents and all that when she grew up making pickles and doing a bunch of other stuff. She just never paid much attention. And I said, the man over here that was showing the pigs, he learned everything from his grandpa, but you didn't learn anything from your grandparents on that. But if you went over there, he'd probably teach you how to slaughter a pig. You want to do that?
I've already been over there.
You turn around and come back, right?
Yeah, I'm wrong on everything. Were you right when he showed you everything?
I let him show me first, and then I showed everybody. Made me look smart, Well, good for you.
I didn't get that opportunity. I missed everything.
So you never got to kill a pig and slaughter it and all that?
No, but my grandparents did a long time ago. I was just young then.
Well, you still should have paid attention to how to slaughter a pig. Once again, we're going to go in the old log cabin here at Pioneer Village. This is one of my favorite setups. It's got a 2-story.
But a woman saw, even though it's slightly smaller, generally I'm doing something fancy, just take the same. But I do make custom-made full socks. If somebody's interested, take a card, and I like to measure the person's foot. I take 4 measurements, and I get an idea of, you're going to wear the sneakers.
here's a place for you. I could live in a place like this.
Excuse me?
What we got here? Oh man, I'm glad you found the John.
So you don't have to make a trip around back.
Yeah, that's cool. Underneath the steps.
So much for hiding from a tornado.
And the living room again. Now this lady here, she knows everything there is to know about this house, right? Everything. No. Are you just holding the chair down then, or what?
Clothes and then put your hanger in it.
Look at here, Shannon.
I could cook like that.
That's a stove. Now you've never seen one of those, have you?
Yeah, right. I learned how to cook on
Yeah.
a stove, wood burning.
Yeah, it's like the wife. The wife told the husband, "What? You take me somewhere I've never been." He said, "Well, come on, I'll get you in the kitchen." That was a funny joke.
I know, I told it yesterday.
Oh, you did.
Anybody want a piece of bread?
Here's the ironing room. I guess the laundry room, the spinning room, the sewing room. Man alive. What's in here? It's the what now? Oh, the adult bedroom. This is where mom and dad or grandma and grandpa slept, huh? Probably mom, probably grandma and grandpa. This is really neat stuff. Yeah. I like looking at this old stuff. I'm not so sure I'd want to have it in my house, though. How about you? Would you like to have this in your house?
Probably not.
Probably not. I agree. We want us a color TV, don't we?
Yeah.
Yes, we do. All right, let's go upstairs. The lady just came down and said it was very hot up there. When she got to the bottom, it was like being in an air-conditioned place. Whew, it is warm. Holy mackerel. There's mom and dad or grandma and grandpa's bedroom also. Phew-wee. Yeah, probably mom and dad because there's a cradle.
Can you see this one?
You can't see in the dark this one. It's awfully dark. There's a bed. Well, you can't see
Little
it.
potty chair.
What we got over here?
Same thing, more beds.
Just
Take
another
a lot of people
bedroom.
in a small house.
Yeah.
That's the way it used to be.
That's the way it was. Wow, see, imagine sleeping up here at night.
Oh my God.
It's terrible hot right now. This is horrible. What'd you say was up here? A marriage license?
That's what I'm saying. Is that what they did? Is always hang them on the wall?
I have no idea. I'm not that old.
Put ours in the lockbox.
Let's see who this is. This is J.B. Gordon and Miss Maddie Clark. How about that? That's their wedding. Marriage certificate. Cool.
What year though?
The daughter asked what year. 1879. It was January 13th, 1879. Cool. Now that you're done playing, I thought that was beautiful.
Thank you.
I thought it was very nice. What's your first name, hon?
Ellen.
Ellen. How long have you been doing this?
Since about 1999.
1999. Did you self-taught or someone else teach you?
Both.
Both.
I've taken some lessons on Skype.
And this is your own harp?
Yeah, my husband built this harp.
Really? Wow. He's a pretty good woodworker, isn't he? I guess it's called a harp, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's not like an alto harp or bass harp, just a harp.
Or lever harp.
A lever harp. That is fantastic. Well, you did an excellent job. Thank you. Now over here we have a schoolhouse. And the stuff inside that schoolhouse was almost exactly the way it was when I grew up. Let's go take a look. Check out these desks. Exactly the kind of desk I had in 4th and 5th grade. This was an ink well. Years ago, a bottle of ink would sit there, and you had a quill. You would dab it into the ink. Right when you ran out of ink, you dab it into the ink again, and you can see all the names that were carved in there over the years by all the kids. And this right here, see here? See, now this is what's cool. See, watch this. The seat goes up. I remember this like it was yesterday. That's the way we got in and out. We put the seat up. Everybody carves their name. I wouldn't be surprised if you look around. This could be a desk from the school I attended, a couple of years ago. And once again, here's something you don't see too much in a school anymore. Lincoln and Washington. Where did our heritage go?
Hey, I went to school in
Now here's a dulcimer, what they call a dulcimer, in case anyone's never heard of dulcimer. Can you play a couple tunes real quick? And this is actually, she's got this hooked up to an electric amplifier, a little amp, which is kind of neat.
Low battery. I've got a big amp, but we don't have any electric supply. And I'm going to burn my auto heart too.
What's your first name, huh?
What is my
First name, yeah.
Dorothy?
Well,
Guess what?
oh, Dorothy.
That's me.
Are we in Kansas? No.
She wasn't in Austin.
Oh, she was. She wasn't in Austin, huh?
She's the one.
We are at a table with a whole bunch of stuff on it that says, "Oops, $200." Oh, sorry, that's $2. Now this is the oops. What is all of this stuff? Let me film it all. What is all this stuff?
We have goat's milk soap.
Goat's milk soap. Are you saying everything here is made out of goat's milk?
All of the soaps are made out of goat's milk. All of the lotions made out of goat's milk, and the body butter. And
Body butter.
body butter.
What does that look like? Is that bottles of over here?
Like that.
Body butter made out of
dry, intense areas.
Okay, you got to explain to me why goat's milk soap and body butter and all that jazz.
Because goat's milk has a pH that's very similar to the pH of your own skin. So
Really?
it's working with your skin.
Wow.
And it's not tearing down your skin. We don't use any chemical byproducts, any petroleum byproducts, chemicals, or dyes.
Where do you get the goat milk? You have goats?
From our goats.
You milk them yourself?
We milk them ourselves.
When we say we, are you talking to yourself?
We.
Okay, so you milk them also?
Yes,
Now,
I do.
Does she really fess
Yes,
up
I
now?
do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy one of these Oops bars. Now, what is an Oops bar? I want to tell my YouTube viewers. See, they're going to get a real education about this.
It just didn't cut right.
It just
It's the
didn't.
Same basic recipe. It just didn't cut right.
Now, let me tell you something about this Oops stuff. Me being a guy who's never before actually really seen goat milk soap. You think I know that thing is not cut right? If it was wrapped up,
But
I'd say,
look at the size.
looks fine to me.
Look, it's too small. See, it's too small because it didn't
Well,
cut
yeah.
right.
Well, how much does the regular?
$4.
So actually, you cut them long. I see.
Right.
And so the ones that are half
That didn't cut
or
right.
3/4 or something.
Or $2.
Well, what do you cut them with?
What do you cut them with, baby?
I
Machete?
cut them with a machete.
So you just come down real hard, or you just kind of
No,
go
I have-
slow and
I have
easy?
A box that I put them in, and
Yeah.
there's a measured
Yeah,
edge,
yeah.
and I slide the machete down through
Oh,
the measured
okay.
edge, and it cuts them. But sometimes it'll shift on me,
Uh-huh.
and they just come out.
Well, that
Sometimes
is
we have
really neat.
issues.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to make a purchase here, but you got to tell me your first name.
Tammy.
Tammy. Now that's interesting because one of the girls I told him I would bring back, she's our receptionist. Guess what her name is?
Tammy.
Tammy.
We're Tammy Sue's critters.
And what is your first name?
Well, she's Tammy Sue, and I'm the critter. I'm Skip.
Skip the critter. All right, look, let's just skip the critter. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take 2 of these. Okay.
All right.
All right. Let me turn the camera off. By the way, for anybody interested, you can go ahead and order some of this goat milk soap from Tammy Sue Critters. And let me see their Facebook.
Tammy Sue's
Let
Critters.
me see, we got us a phone number there. And we have Tammy Sue Critters on Facebook. Or TammySueCritters.com.
Goat's milk soap.
They got lip balm, all kinds of stuff. Bug banisher.
What are the beeswax from?
I love this kind of stuff. Great. For all you tractor guys from last week, or the last Mish-Mash video, or the next to last, I can't remember which, This is a 1946 Sea Alice Charmer. And this young fella right here said that he plows with it, right? What's your first name, sir?
Eddie?
Eddie. And he said if they'd let him, he'd just get on that thing and plow right here. They won't let you do it. Well, they're just kind of mean folk, ain't they? Well, that's pretty slick, boy. How long have you owned this? Have you owned this since day one, or? Look at there, you even got dirt there. Look at there. How long have you owned this thing?
Oh, I've known it there 13 years old.
13 years old. Well, there you go, folks. Now there's an antique. Wow. Anybody know what that is? Anybody know what that is? That's pretty slick. And some old pictures. We're in another building right now, by the way. Ooh, I like these old dresses. Wifey says that she hates them. I like them. My wife, I always tell her I like these kinds of dresses. She says, well, I don't. She says they're too hot. I said, whatever. I like the bonnets too. She thinks I'm too old-fashioned. Got us a train set up in here. Well, that's about it at Pioneer Village. The open house for this year. They have 3 of them. I think we said that earlier. One of the, they have a lot of slow-talking old Arkies here due to volunteering. And sometimes they're not very talkative. You really got to milk it out of them. And once you get them going, they're okay. But they're just kind of gun-shy. They just go way back, some of them. Good people again. Good folk. Anyway, until next time, I hope you enjoyed another one of our weekends in Arkansas. Until next time, this is John. Check this out. Look what I found at that Thackerland flea market. When we got to the Pioneer Village too early, at 10 o'clock, and they said, well, sorry, we don't open up till 1 o'clock. We went on downtown, and I asked around. I said, are there any flea markets in the area? They said, yeah, there's one down the road called the Thackerland Flea Market. It's about 4 miles away. So we went ahead on down, and it was a big flea market, indoor and outdoor. You know, there were all kinds of pickup trucks, you know, in the parking lot with people selling stuff, people inside. The very first one I went into, it was a little tiny little dinky thing that some old redneck owned. He was selling stuff. He had no teeth, that kind of feller. He was a real Arky farmer type, probably trying just to make a few bucks. And he had this sitting in there, this great big old Zenith. And let me grab a seat here. He had this great big old Zenith sitting there, and I said, wow, what is this thing? And the knobs work. Look at that. It works right. All the buttons are there, and they all seem to work. Every single one of them nice and loose. Someone has tried to do a restoration at one time. It has a felt kind of speaker here. And I don't know exactly what the model is. I haven't even bothered to look at it yet, but it has one little tiny flaw. Let me see if I can find one little tiny flaw. That's all it has. It's got a little piece of veneer missing right here. Let me see if I can, yeah, maybe it's time I looked at the back to try to find out what the model number is on this thing, if it's written there. I'm sure some people recognize. Okay, it's a, what is that thing? A model, what the heck is that thing? Looks like 7S8. Let me bring it around here a little bit more. 7, I don't know, was it a 7S833 or something like that, an 18F? I'll have to find it out later. I don't see any paper on the inside. This baby's in almost perfect condition. You know, like I said, someone has tried to restore it at one time. Anyway, I walked in. My daughter's the one that found this thing. It was toward the rear of his little tiny place there, and I called him over and we talked about it for a while, and I said, hey, how much you asking for this thing? He said, well, he says, I think I'm going to have about $35. And I thought about it, and I scratched my chin, shot the breeze with the fella for a while, and then I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you 30 bucks for it. Then he scratched his chin for a while, you know. We did a little chin scratching exercise, and I said, come on now, you know you're going to take the 30, so take it. He said, yeah, give me the 30 and it's yours. Well, here we go. I don't know what these Polish pickles are going to taste like. Wifey says they look horrible, floating around in there. I'm going to go ahead and rinse it off. Got a good smell to them. Got an excellent smell to them. Let me try a bite here. Not good. Not good at all. Not too bad on the taste, but it's not a Polish pickle. Oh well, we'll have to keep trying. I'll get it yet.